Hey y'all, I'm Rylan. Welcome to my channel. I am super excited to be sitting here today announcing a readathon that I have really enjoyed co-hosting with my bestie Stasia for the last 3 or 4 years. We have had so much fun doing this readathon. Took a little break from it last year just because of our busy schedules, but we're back better than ever, and we have a super fun round planned for the 2025 Back to Kindle readathon. For those of y'all who might be new to our channels or new to this readathon, this is an ebook focused readathon. Yes, we call it Back to Kindle, but you can use any e-reader or reading device that you want to participate in this readathon with us. Back to Kindle is just a very catchy name, and we stuck with it. But I don't even have a Kindle anymore. I use a different e-reader. We are inviting all e-reader readers to come join us for this month-long readathon in June to focus on your digital books for a couple of weeks in this very cozy round of the readathon. Every time we host this readathon, we have a different type of game that we play during it. We did a bingo board once, we did a Monopoly board style game one time, we've done team competitions, all the fun things. However, this round, this June round, might be my favorite one yet. It's so cozy, so homey, and it's going to be so much fun, I think. I'm going to try to explain everything as clear as I possibly can, but if you ever have any questions, please feel free to comment down below in the comments or message us on Discord. I will have the Back to Kindle server linked in the description down below. We would like that you join us over there if you sign up for the readathon, which I will get to in a little bit, all the information, but feel free to ask your questions over there as well. It is where we'll be most active during the month of June for this readathon. The 2025 Back to Kindle round is titled A Cozy Adventure. We are going to be taking an adventure during the month of June, hitting 4 different locations, one each week, as we read different styles of prompts and try to get individual points to see who can be at the top of the bracket by the end of the month. I'm gonna go ahead and scoot over so I can put a graphic up right here of what our board looks like for this round. No need to print it off. There's not as much interaction that you have to have with this board like there have been with some previous boards, but this template does give you the 4 locations that we're going to be visiting, the different types of prompts that you'll be trying to read each week, and how you get your points in this single player game throughout the month. So we have our board right here. I'm going to kind of read the prompts off my laptop because it's sitting right in front of me. So we're hitting 4 locations. First up, for the first week of June, we will be in our cozy home. So this week we will be reading books on our Kindle or our e-reader that are nostalgic or comforting or takes place in our city. You don't have to read books that fit these prompts, but there is an incentive if you do, because you get bonus points for completing books in this week that fit these 3 prompts that I mentioned. I will talk about points after I go through this template very quickly. The second week of June, we will be traveling to the Stormy Mountains, and we will be reading something that is intense, emotional, or high stakes. In the third week of June, we will be at the Wondrous Caves, and we'll be reading something that sparks our curiosity, imagination, etc. This would be a great time to read like a fantasy, high fantasy book, something very world building and atmospheric. And then finally, we will be closing the month of June in the Wild Woods, where we'll be focusing on ebooks that are out of our normal comfort genre, normal trope, etc. So kind of experimenting with something that might be new to us. Like I have already said, you certainly do not have to read ebooks that fit these prompts in these exact weeks, but the goal is that every week you sort of focus your reading on these 4 prompts. That way you get extra points and you can race to the top of our point list that we will be keeping track of throughout the month of June. So I'm going to go ahead and just read off the basic how it will work templates and give all of that very general information based off the map that we just saw. Each week, of course, as I've already said, we will go on a new adventure to a new location, starting in the cozy home, making our way through the mountains and the caves, and then ending in the wild woods. But in order to get through the adventure, you do need to complete at least one book that week. and any ebook on any device counts. So you can be reading on your books or your Nook or your Kobo. Does not matter. The Back to Kindle name is purely for the aesthetic of the title. And then twice a week we will also be dropping some mini missions. These are more like activity prompts that will help you get some bonus points, and then you have 24 hours to complete those missions once we, Stasia or I, drop them. As I've already mentioned, this round is a single player race. You're fighting as an individual, not fighting, you're racing as an individual to get to the top of the bracket to get the most points during these 4 weeks that we're going to be going on our cozy adventure. We're doing points a little bit differently this round also, and there will be a submission form that you fill out every time you do finish a book. I'll talk about that also in just a moment. A book that is 0 to 100 pages will count for 1 point. A book that is 101 to 200 pages will count for 2 points. 201 to 300 pages will be a 3-point submission. 301 to 400 pages will be 4 points, etc., etc. And then the max is 501 or more pages is worth 6 points. You will also get an extra point for completing a prompt in the week that we are at that location. So if it's week 2 and you read one book that has intense, emotional, or high stakes in it, you'll get a bonus point. But if you read 4 books for the Stormy Mountains prompts in the week that we're in the Stormy Mountains, you'll get plus 4 points. So every book you read in the week that we are at that location that fit the prompts, you'll get an extra bonus point for. So it's very possible to very quickly stack up points every week at these different locations as long as you're reading for the prompts that are on that place that we're at. You'll also get bonus points for completing the mini missions that we post throughout the week. I'll go ahead and scoot back to the middle of the frame now. We will have templates that you can post on Instagram and on Discord to talk about what your reading plans are for the month of June. This readathon does take place all month long. I will have a sign up sheet in the description down below. We would really appreciate it if you could sign up for the readathon if you plan to participate. This just helps us keep track of how many people are participating, people's submission form names. That way we know who we're giving points to. So you'll be required to use the same name to submit points every time. That just helps us be able to keep our spreadsheet nice and organized and help people keep accurate tracks of the points that they are accumulating in the month as we focus on decreasing our e-reader TBRs. As I've already mentioned, there will also be a submission form in the description down below. All this information will be in our Discord as well for easy access, but every time you finish an ebook, you will click on that link and fill out the submission form. That way we can keep track of your points for you. We will be posting leaderboards probably once a week or so to see kind of who is in the race and who is in the lead, and we'll be keeping y'all up to date on all those things, all those kind of background things that come along with the readathon like this, where there's points and a race and different things happening in different weeks. We'll be helping y'all and keeping everybody on track with those things. As per usual, during the readathons that Stasia and I host, we will try to be doing live sprints semi-consistently. My plan is to only work part-time over the summer, so I should be available to host sprints once a week, ideally, to help everyone focus on their digital books for this readathon. I am very excited about it. I have not thought about what my reading plans are yet, but I think that Stasia came up with a very creative idea for this round, and I'm super excited to be hosting it with her once again after our break last summer. If I missed anything in this announcement, I'll make sure to include it in the description down below or in our Discord. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. I'd love to answer any and all questions, and I'll also have Stasia's video linked down below because she might explain things from a little bit of a different angle, and maybe together we will have given all the information required for this readathon. But I think I hit all the big points. This readathon will be taking place throughout the entire month of June, so June 1st through 30th. Should be such a fun time. I've always really enjoyed this readathon and cannot wait to be hosting it again with my bestie Stasia. Once again, if you have any questions, feel free to comment down below or reach out to me on Discord. Always happy to help. Cannot wait for June. We hope you'll be joining us. Make sure to sign up with our sign up link down below if you do plan to do so. That way we can keep track of who all plans to be focusing on their ebooks with us in the month of June. That is all that I have though for this announcement video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.